Hey, what's up, guys? We're here in my kitchen drinking coffee and wrapping up the supplement of the week, which happens to be MTS Ruckus. Now, right here. And it's made by MTS. And if you've never tried that company before, they're a smaller company right now, but they're growing rapidly. They happen to be ridiculously high quality, high potency products. This one happens to be the grape flavor. From what I've heard, everyone likes every single flavor. I think one person didn't like the citrus because it was too citrusy. Don't really know where to go with that. But the grape one is ridiculously good. It's not that cough syrup grape flavor that you're used to. It's actually a pretty well managed grape flavor. But let's talk about why I like this and why I think it fits in my top 3. Now, I've tried about 20 different pre-workouts, probably even much more than that, and a lot of them are okay. They hit like the meh scale. And to be within the top 3, it's got to be seriously good. So just like the Vasky review, I look at the list of ingredients on the back of the package. I'm gonna go over each one of those really quick, just a nice little down and dirty brief of which one of those are. So the first one on the docket is vitamin C. Now you're gonna see this in a lot of supplements, and it's because it's one thing that your body just needs to rebuild cells and to have healthy muscle function and cellular regrowth and all of those fancy schmancy like anatomy and physiology stuff. You need vitamin C. It works in tandem with all the other supplements and all the other ingredients to really help with that cellular regrowth and that healthy cells, because if your cells aren't within the proper function, none of this other supplementation is going to be worth anything. So that's why vitamin C is in there. So another ingredient you're going to see is beta-9 nitrate. Now that's one I haven't really heard of all that much. It's one that gets thrown in kind of in that bottom list of ingredients and you never really pay too much attention to it. So I've looked into it, and basically a lot of people have done studies. It's an endurance factor ingredient. What it's gonna do is it's gonna protect those cells that you have, not only protein cells, but all of your other cells that work in tandem with like the sports supplement industry to keep you going. It's gonna help that endurance. And what I've seen from a couple different studies is that it will help decrease overall body fat from like 1 to 4%. What you can see is you'll lose a percentage of body fat just because it helps that engine continuously turn more effective. Obviously, if your engine's going, your metabolism's burning, you're burning that fat storage away, and that's what you really want. But the best part about that is they lost that percentage of body fat, but they also gained on average 2 to 7 pounds of lean body mass within that time frame, and that's really good. They also saw really heavy, significant boosts in bench press, squats, those big overall large muscle group exercises, and that's really good too. So what that's gonna do is simply an endurance thing. It's not creatine. It's not gonna like bloat you up. It's not gonna help that. What it's gonna do is help those cells be hydrated and protect those cells from like that damage of those long like hypertrophy workouts where you're just punishing your body for like 3 hours like we tend to do, and it's gonna keep those cells in high function and keeping you going. So taurine's on here. We've talked about taurine in different videos. Basically, to sum that one up, it's an ingredient that helps with that energy and focus. It's also an ingredient that helps with a calming effect to where it releases that stress. It doesn't calm you down because obviously if it increases your energy, it can't calm you at the same time, but it helps that stress hormone be less active. So you're focused, you're happier, you're lifting stronger and faster, and that's what you want. That's in here. We've talked about it before. If you want to know more, obviously ask questions. It's called Tyrosine, and I've never really heard of it until I happened to read the back of the label and did a little bit of research on it. Basically, you have 2 chemicals in your brain which you really want to activate: norepinephrine and dopamine. Each one of those are pleasure center released chemicals, and they're going to keep you going in focus on what you're doing. That's basically what this ingredient's going to do. It's going to increase that chemical reuptake, and it's going to help you stay focused. So this next one is a really cool one because I drink a lot of coffee, so caffeine-based pre-workouts don't work for squat for me, and that's understandable because you build up a high tolerance. This one is dicaffeine malate. What's cool about this is they title it as Inf Energy, and kind of it really is. It's a caffeine substitute or caffeine byproduct that has all of the characteristics of caffeine without the normal crash that you're gonna see. And if you've ever had 10 cups of coffee, the last 2 hours where that coffee's starting to dwindle out of your system, it's not a fun time because you crash really hard. You build up a super tolerance, and then you're taking like 4 scoops to get that pump that you had 2 weeks ago because you build up such an easy tolerance to caffeine. Not a very hard thing to build a tolerance to. So the next one on here is a huge mystery to me. It's Elva ATP. It's an all-natural ingredient made by plants and apple extracts. One of those weird things to where someone did a chemical breakdown of an ancient moss and found out it had, this properties. Basically what it does is promotes that high energy and that high focus that all pre-workouts tend to do. What it's going to assist in is those high volume trainings. When you're putting your muscles and your body to a serious test, this is supposed to help. It's supposed to help with the overall turnover of ATP. Now what ATP is, and I took some research because I had no idea, is the cellular energy currency of your body. It's what your body uses to build energy, ATP. If you know more about it than I do, by all means fill me in. I did a little bit of research, but I'm not the foremost expert. Apparently, it's supposed to help with that turnover of that currency to keep that energy constantly flowing, and that's good. Obviously, you want that in a pre-workout. So the next ingredient is an absolute mouthful to say. It is Methyl Fly Marine. Feel free to correct me on the pronunciation of that. Basically what it is, it's the last ingredient on here. It's just another focus and energy booster. Basically what these 6 ingredients are going to do is work in tandem to keep your body's high energy level but also focused. That way you're not absolutely dead and you're just zoned out. You want to be tunneled in, getting that high pump, that high volume training that pre-workouts enable you to do. And basically what this is going to do is give you that motivation and that energy to get in there and keep that workout going on those Monday mornings when you're just not into it. So we've talked about the ingredients. Let's talk about the price. Now I bought this on Tiger Fitness, never mind the bodybuilding.com t-shirt. They're the 2 companies I support most heavily. Both take awesome care of their customers and both have awesome supplements that are really competitively priced. So at $24, this comes in, this little tiny tub has 20 servings in it. That's because it doesn't use a quarter cup for its little scoop. It uses a small scoop, which is good because at just above $1 a serving, it's really good. I trust nothing that is over $1.75 or $2 a serving. If they take that much to get that potency, it's probably full of a bunch of random crap and I don't want to be part of it. So when I saw how small this container was, yet it has 20 servings, that's definitely good. $24 for a pre-workout that's going to last you about a month, give or take how much you rest and the frequency at which you go to the gym, is really good. That's very competitive, and if anything on the cheaper side of supplements. But the best part about it, aside from its affordability, is its stackability. Now, the best part about MTS, which I like, is that they design their products to be heavily stacked with all of their other ones. A lot of companies do that as well, but if you really look at the fine details, a lot of times you're going to be double, triple dosing on creatine, and luckily this doesn't have any creatine in it, which allows me to take my other creatine supplements and not having to worry about me taking 8, 9, 10 grams of creatine a day before and after. How are its ingredients? Does it stack well? And is it even worth it? And the token of this entire channel is cash or trash. And I mean, I just can't say MTS and trash in the same sentence, really. It's almost an insult. It's obviously cash. I expect you to take a look at this. If you haven't had it, go on to tigerfitness.com and ask for a little sample of it or see if you can get a sample. If not, buy the whole thing because I guarantee you're gonna like this. I like it. It's gonna be one I get in the future. Obviously, I'm gonna play around with a lot of other supplements for this channel, but this one is probably gonna be in my main stack. It's definitely a good one and it works well with my other ones. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely fun to shoot. Definitely a fun supplement to take. Hope you guys enjoyed it. MTS Ruckus is the pre-workout for supplement of the week. Cash or trash? Obviously it's cash. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that like button. Support is always appreciated. But as always, take it easy.